Have you ever thought about who do you want to become in 5 years' time, or what you want to achieve in 10 years? Everyone has dreams, and the question is not about the dream, it's about how to achieve the dream. All the successful people have one common characteristic. They know their edge. What does it mean by edge? Edge is knowing the basic good and weaknesses. Okay, so if we understand what we are good at and what our weaknesses are, then we know, okay, what we can do better, what we should avoid, and what we can improve in order to be successful. So how can we identify our basic goods and weaknesses? One of the methods people would use is to define the circle of competence. It's a term introduced by the investor Buffett. He talked about we must know our circle of competence in order to be successful. Okay, so how can we identify our circle of competence? For example, I want to become a motivational speaker in 5 years' time. So what does this person look like? Okay, what kind of attributes or abilities this person have? We need to identify that first. Okay, so just list out all the attributes, all the abilities that the person you want to become has. So the second step is to identify your talent and strengths. So think about the things that you're good at, you have talent in. For example, you're talented in cooking, or you're talented in presentation, things like that. Just list all these things out. And then think about what other people praise you often, or they come to you for. Okay, you may want to ask your friend or family to identify what you do well in a particular area. Okay, so these are the perceived strengths you have. So the third thing we need to identify is the edge. Okay, the edge is the outer circumference of the circle of competence, right? So these are the things that you're not really good at, but you decide to have, or something that you still need to learn. All right, so list them out. Okay, and then you need to ask yourself, okay, what are the things that will drain your energy when you have to do certain kind of things? For example, you would like to be a motivation speaker, and you would like to connect with people, but you are an introvert. You often will feel very exhausted after networking. Okay, so these are the things that will drain your energy when you are involved in that activity. Okay, or something that will make you procrastinate. You don't want to do it. You just want to avoid that and make excuse, say, maybe I do something else, or maybe I learn a skill first before I move on to achieve that target. So something that will make you procrastinate. Okay, so list them out. Then you have a circle of competence defined. Okay, you know what you're good at, what you're not good at, and what you need to improve. Okay, and things that is not within that circle of competence, then you need to avoid, because these are the things that may stop you from achieving what you want, may stop you from becoming successful. Okay, so make sure you know where your edge is, and then take actions to strengthen what you're good at. Reinforce your basic good. Okay, if your basic good is communication, strengthen that. Okay, and work within that circle of competence. Know your best, okay, and do your best in those areas. And the last step is to improve and expand your circle of competence. You know, there's something that you want to have. There's something that you desire to have. So find out how you can improve them. For example, see if there's some people already have that kind of talent or ability. Learn from them, okay, and expand your circle of competence. Okay, so the more you learn, the more you will find yourself having more and more strengths. So the size of the circle of competence is not important. The aim of the circle of competence is to set the boundaries of your abilities so that you are aware where you can do more or where you can avoid. Okay, so that your weaknesses will never become your liability. So you maximize your potential by focusing all your energy in things that you're good at. Also, it will allow you to know where your weakness is, okay, where you are not good at. And then you can avoid those problems, okay, by knowing where you should stop and create an edge, okay. Identify opportunities for improvement and also learn from others.